Hello, everybody, and welcome back to M&J Games. I am Michael, and today we are looking at another coaster spotlight. As this is just an absolutely beautiful coaster, because it's not very often you see a coaster colored pink, and just the whole design of this coaster is just absolutely beautiful. As this is called Modern B&M Floorless by Smakai_D, and I am really excited to get into this coaster. This was not made with the 4 meter method, but it is a pretty smooth coaster. And as you can see, just a really cool layout, really cool design. I'll be honest, I don't really know of any modern B&M floorless, because most of the B&M floorless I know of were converted from standard floorless. But this is just really, really cool. As you can kind of see the station there. And this is the second creation that I'm spotlighting by this creator. The first one was called Green Acres, and it was a full park that contained 5 really good coasters. So I will put the link to that below, and I am really, really excited to get started looking at this coaster. So without further ado, check out that massive loop, and let's get started with the tour. Now, as we get started looking at this coaster creation, I mean, how beautiful is the color? Normally, like, thinking pink on a coaster is not something that I normally would go with, but it just stands out so well. And maybe some of it is the really bright colored grass you chose, but look at that vertical loop. That is insane. Wow, that looks awesome. I mean, this is one of the, especially recently, one of the better coaster creations I've seen, and this is just awesome. The only thing that could be better is maybe doing some custom supports, or kind of changing up the supports in certain areas, like having less of them on the lift hill and stuff like that. But just look at that visual. Like, that is beautiful. Wow, I mean, it's just amazing. And then all the foliage and stuff around, but I love the station. So if we head this way, and we head here to the entrance, ba-da-da-dun-dun. Now, the negative about the queue like this is, well, first of all, it's not in a grid. I would probably place it in a grid. So you've got kind of the squared off sections instead of it being rounded. But it's annoying that you can't take the curb off. But yeah, this is awesome. Like, so you've got the scaffolding pieces, and then if you look from above, it looks really unique. It almost looks like it's kind of like, gosh, what's it called? I'm forgetting the material now, when it's kind of tapered over. It almost doesn't even look like a kind of, just more like fabric, right? Like a tarp. Wow, I can't speak today. But it looks almost like a tarp, and it's just really, really cool. And I think it's just the, what piece is that called? That's the backdrop screen. And so, oh, I didn't know that actually came with this. Wow, I learned something. Okay. Backdrop screen. I honestly did not know that was a whole piece. I thought you actually individually place the scaffolding pieces. But I guess that makes sense now, seeing that we've got these kind of cement pieces right there. But that is good to know. So now when we get up here to the actual coaster station, same concept and idea, looks really good. We've got a little transfer track right here. So it looks like, okay, a couple things here, just from a realistic standpoint. So we got a couple extra pieces of track down here, where that could be for a transfer track. What I would have done here is, because with this little mechanism, it can't really slide over this way. So the only way it can slide is this way. So I would have to continue these on. And then what I would do is get rid of this middle one and just have this end piece. But you've got to shorten it up to where it wouldn't collide with this, right? So that's just my suggestion with that. But I do love seeing, taking realism into account and everything, and, really, really good job here with the station. Is it's really unique. And so before we go on the coaster, let's take a last look at the layout before we experience this coaster. And I think the part, just by looking at it, that I'm the most excited for is this kind of, I don't know what the technical term for this would be, because this shaping on this looks awesome. Like this is, I'm sure this creator's probably going to watch this, but this is like something I would expect Coaster Creations to make. Like, it's just really, really well done. And I think, now I don't know if it's the 4 meter method, but it does seem like it could be, you know, let's check and see, just for fun to see. Okay, so that's obviously not 4 meters, but yeah, so it looks like, okay, no, it's not all 4 meters. Okay, maybe individual pieces. Yeah, so looks like it's about, I got it in feet. So, but yeah, so it runs really smooth. And without further ado, let's go ahead and take a ride on the coaster. So how cool is this view? And I think we're going to get it right here as well. When you, yeah, when the coaster turns around like this, you see the other coaster going through the loop. That is awesome, amazing timing. I don't know if you worked it out that way. Let's see if it works for the other coaster car, because I'm interested, because that was actually the same coaster car that we rode on. Um, let's see. No, not quite. So that one's a little bit quicker. But it'd be this second car as well. But that is just an amazing, amazing loop. And when I was talking about custom supporting, I mean, this loop would be one that would need to be custom supported as well, because you don't need a support at the top, but I think you would probably need a support a little bit higher up than where that one is, especially with how large of a loop that is. But I mean, this coaster is awesome. All the elements are, you know, what you'd expect out of a B&M. I mean, this part was really cool. The zero G roll into kind of this turn. Just an absolutely amazing coaster. Love the little work with the terrain and foliage. Only thing I'd say is putting perimeter fencing around. And it doesn't even have to be here by the path or right there. You can kind of do it at the halfway point to kind of blend in with the environment. But this is absolutely amazing. So as I said before in the beginning, I believe the link is in the description below. So make sure to download and go check this out on the workshop. And having also done his other park, Green Acres, I mean, the coasters in that park were good, but this one is by far the best coaster I've seen you make, and that's saying something, because your other coasters were good, but this one's just an incredible coaster. Really, really well done. So the link is also below to Green Acres, so you can go check out that review if you want to as well. And I hope everybody enjoyed this review. Make sure to hit that like button, make sure to hit that subscribe button, and if you're interested in potentially joining the channel, we do have a couple membership options now that we are now offering. So make sure to look at that, as your two options are $1.99 a month or $3.99 a month, and there are different perks depending on the cost. So Jasmine and I really appreciate all the support that everybody offers us and helping the channel grow. So I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and talk to you later.